Guys, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Massachusetts, and today's Friday, so I have a Fun Fold Friday class for you. This is my today's Fun Fold card. Isn't it cute? It's just so different that I thought I would share with you how to make it today. And I am using the Christmas Gleaming stamp set, and it is bundled with 2 punches. So it's in the catalog on page 19. So let's see, if you remember, this is a comeback from last year. It was so popular that both the stamp, the punches, and the brightly gleaming specialty paper came back this year, which I'm using. This paper is from that pack. So let's get started. These are the 2 punches. This is the stamp set. I am only using 3 stamps from it. This design, this Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly, and this smaller ornament stamp. So, let me tell you what you need. You need a paper trimmer. You need, let's see, I don't need 2 of those. You need a, whoops, nope, that's right. This is the right one. So this is a piece, I cut a piece of 8 1/2, 11 in half. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. Okay. Then you need an inside piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. You need a piece, oops, sorry about that. You need a piece for the sentiment. This is 2 by 3 1/4. We need a scrap for the ornament, the small ornament, which I've already stamped mine, and the scrap, you know, I made it 2 inches. I usually leave them long and do what I did here, stamp something on both ends, just so that I can have something to hold on to punch. Same thing with the scrap of Designer Series paper. This piece is 2 by 3 1/2, maybe 4. Just, it doesn't need to be that long because the ornament will probably only take up this much, but it's nice to have something to hold. But I'll show you a tip using post-it notes to get your paper into your punches without it being too long. Then you need a piece of, this is the copper foil. I believe we also have the brushed metallic copper that's in the book. This is just our regular copper foil. And then 2 more pieces of the Designer Series paper that is going to match my larger punch, and these are 1 1/4 by 4. All right, so that's what you need. I think I've got everything. I am going to embellish it with some of our champagne rhinestones. They're not copper, but I think once they're on here, they kind of go along with it. So let me move all this aside. These are the 2 punches that come with the bundle. You could always, I suppose, fussy cut if you wanted to. So let's get our stamping out of the way first. All right, so on this piece here, this is the inside of your card. So you want to be able to center. Now, I'm hoping that you can, let me make sure I'm up here on the page. I'm using my grid paper, which the grid paper is great to have not only to protect your work surface, but then you have a ruler down the bottom, along the top and sides. But you have a grid that you can work this out and figure out your centering of something, because we want this to fall right in between these 2 openings. So I could actually just put my card up above it and I'll know where to stamp it. But what I'm going to do is show you from the center line, right? This is 5 1/4, so we want 2 1/8 on 2 1/2 plus 1/8 on either side, and that will make it centered, just like that. Okay, so I went over 2 1/2 plus 1/8, which is really 2 5/8. 2 5/8 this way also, and I centered it. I put it just like that. I am using Pretty Peacock. Oh, I don't know if I told you that. This paper is Pretty Peacock, and I picked it because it goes so nicely with this Designer Series paper. So let me get my ink open. And I am going to, like I said, we're going to stamp. I'm going to stamp. This is the little decoration on this. You know what I wanted to show you? Let me see if I want to show you a trick. Let me see, what don't I have? Oh, you know what? I have not created the label for my holly, and I want to show you something because I just learned this recently, a new way of putting on your cling stamps. So what you need to do, get a stamp out. Now, I'm not using this holly stamp. I'm just doing it to show you right now how I've started putting my cling mount stamps together, because when you get them, like you just saw me, you have to break it out of your, this, you know, the red rubber piece, and then they give you all of your, you can see through this. One side's shiny, which is where it peels up, and usually I would peel this up and put this down once I took those pieces off. But sometimes I just didn't like it because it was hanging over the edge, or I didn't get it perfectly, or I sneezed in the middle of it and I shifted it off the page. So I found a new way of doing it. I saw this online. I actually don't remember who I was watching at the time, because I do love watching YouTube videos of other demonstrators. But what she did was she kind of pulled it back a little bit, which you don't have to do, but it just makes it easier. And then you take it completely off of this, because it has two sticky sides, one that would stick to the foam and one that will go stick to your block. But we want to put this top side from where it peels off. This is the really sticky side, and that has to go down on the foam. All right, so you have to take it off the right way. So I take the whole thing off, just like that. And I do have the sticky side, but this is the sticky side that's not as sticky, less sticky. All right, and what I do is I did pull a little piece aside just to make it loose, just so that I have it. You'll see what I'm talking about when I go to do this. And what I do, and maybe I can zoom you in a little bit. And gosh, I hope I remember to zoom you out, because the other day I did a whole video. Like, most of the video you were zoomed in. So I'm just going to take that, right? This is the side up that has the split in it, because all the pieces have splits in it to make it easy to peel off. And I'm just going to put it down on my block, just like that. So now it's on here. And since I lifted a little, it's easier just to get your nail. I say that and watch me not be, oops, I wasn't even at the split. And you peel it off like that. And if you don't have nails, very gently you could lift it with the edge of your, take your pick tool. So there you have it. Now it's stuck to your, now this is the really sticky side, right? So now you're just going to aim it right on top of your, let me see, I'm trying to do this without getting my head in the way. And you just aim it right down, and you go straight down, poof. It is now on your sticker. And then when you take this off, it's on, I should say, I said it was on your sticker. It's on your stamp now. Isn't that a great way of doing that? I just, ever since I saw that, I said, oh my God, that's genius. Okay, well, I'm not using, this is a very cute holly. I love that it looks like it's kind of like a pen and ink drawing, because it's got like some right overs, you know, a solid and a thin line. I might have to use that on a card soon. Okay, let me get that aside. So let's go back to this. We're going to go back 2 5/8 on either side, and I think I'll just, oh, you guys forgot to tell me to move you, to unzoom you, but I remembered. All right, so I'm going to go back here. Now I'm going to take this stamp, and I'm going to kind of figuring the center of it, and I'm going to try to just stamp it near the edge there, just like that. Straighten it out again, and stamp it on the edge about here as well. Okay, all done for that. Now I went ahead and stamped the small ornament on a piece of scrap, because I like to stamp 2 at a time that way, just in case something I don't punch it right, or All right, so now I'm going to stamp the Deck the Halls right up in this top left corner. Okay, and that's all the stamping. So I'm going to put the ink away. Like I said, you're going to stamp that. So I'm going to put this all aside. Now we have everything stamped, the ornament, the Deck the Halls sentiment, and that. Now we're going to go back to the card piece. Okay, I'm going to put all this aside here. So you have your piece here. Let's see if I can just put that there. This is 4 1/4 by 11, right? So our first thing is I am going to score it at 5 1/2. So I'm going to slide this side all the way over to 5 1/2, right here, okay? And I'm going to move my, that's my, this is my, oh, I'm sorry, this is my scoring blade. I'm going to move that and I'm going to score it, okay? Now I have my score line, that's at 5 1/2. Take this and slide it over to 1 1/2, which is this line right here, and we're going to cut, okay? So we have a 1 1/2 inch extension. Show you 1 1/2 inches. Perfect. Now we need another 1 1/2 inch piece. So I'm going to just take this and slide it over to 1 1/2, right? Lock my thing down and cut a piece off, right? There's our 1 1/2 inch piece. Now with this ends up being, gosh, I forget now. This is 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. No, by 4 1/4. But what we want to do is we want to take this piece, turn it to the side, and we want to cut it down to 3 3/4. Okay, right now it is at 4 1/4. We want to go take a 1/2 inch off of it. So we're going to just cut off 1/2 inch, just like that. So that's the only waste to this, is this little piece here. So there's our 2 1/2 by 3 3/4 piece. Okay, so I'm all done with my paper trimmer. Now I'm going to get my bone folder out. I had already folded this with my fingers, but I'm going to crease that down. All right, now the fun part is putting everything together. Oh, let's do some punching. Oh, look at that. I have a navy rhinestone. Wonder what project that came off of. We're going to take this piece of paper. This is the scrap piece of Designer Series paper. And I'm going to cut out this shape here. All right? Just punch out one of those. Now let's say that we only had a short piece like this, and we were trying to get this out, and we can't get our fingers in there. This is what you can do. I'm looking around for my post-it notes. Here's a post-it note. All right, so this is a little one, but you could use the bigger post-it notes if you wanted. Just put a post-it note on the end of it, right? Then you can just slide it in and cut it out, because you were able to hold on to that. Isn't that a great tip? So that's just a tip. We don't need this one. You can actually, if you want, you could, you know what you could do? If you cut another one of these, put it right here. Wouldn't that's kind of pretty. And it won't be seen, or the top, even at the top. But anyway, okay, back to the card. So we cut that. Now we want to cut this one here. Right? And same thing, if this had been stamped on a tinier piece of paper and I didn't have, I did it like I told you. I did it longer than I needed so that I have something to hold on to get it in there and line it up. But if I didn't, I'd use that post-it note trick. All right, so everything is cut, punched, and scored. Okay, you've already gotten, all right, so now let's assemble. So I'm going to take this piece, and I have my Seal Plus handy. You can use whatever adhesive you would like. I'm going to center this in here just like that. I'm going to take one of these pieces of Designer Series paper and put this onto the top here. So one strip, remember we have two of these. We have two 1 1/4 by 4 pieces. So this is that other piece of that we cut off. Remember, see, this is what our cardstock was, just like that. And all we had to throw away was this little piece here, right? That's the only thing. So that's why I like this card. We don't throw away too much. So we're gonna put this designer series paper onto. Oops. Let me go this way with it. Center it on that strip. And you guys are probably figuring this out if you haven't made one of these before. It's kind of neat. It's a neat little trick, but so this will end up being down here like so. All right, but we're going to first create this. So here's our piece that is 2.5 by 3 3/4. And like I said, we have our copper piece that's going to, and I'll have all the measurements for this on my, if you go to donnascreativespace.com, once this video has uploaded, I will put all the measurements that I used and the supplies, if you want to end up creating the same exact one as me. Let's see. And if you haven't followed my blog, please do so. And I also have a link in the top that you can click on to sign up for my newsletter to get information on my other classes and events. Because I do have a holiday card class that is going on that I'm taking registrations for. Okay, put this. So now I'm going to put this right on here, and that gets, whoops, that gets centered. I just, you know what, it's a little, mine's a little off. I wasn't paying, I'm talking too much. But that's the thing about this seal. It's really good adhesive. So I'm not going to try to take it off. It's not going to be that much of a big deal because it's, even though there's more copper on this side than this side, this will be covered. So it's going to be perfectly fine. No one will even care. So before I put any punches on here, I'm going to put it down on my card. Get this going on both sides. Just like this. And then what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of adhesive right here. Oops. Gives it an extra little staying power. And then I'll do the same thing here. I'll put this where it's going to go and maybe put a little bit of adhesive. I love the new Seal Plus, but you just have to get it going sometimes. You have to give it a little push. All right, so you're just going to put this right here, centered. Kind of eyeball it as good as you can get it. Just like that. Isn't that cool? I just love that opening. I think it's so fun. All right, so now, let's see. Now what we want to do is we want to use some dimensionals on this. And I've got, let's see, those are mini ones. Well, I guess I'll just use them. I'm going to use these mini ones just to, because I'm almost done with this. So I'm going to put, I'm almost done with this sheet. So I like to use these edge pieces. So I'm just going to cut a bunch of pieces like that. And I'm going to put dimensionals on this guy. I think I'll use a little one. Will fit up here, which is perfect. So let me put him on first. My take your pick tool. I like to use that, but I don't. It's over there. I got him. I'm already done. Okay, so this is going to go on. Let me make sure I'm in the camera view right about here. Just like that, right? And then this one here, part of it is going to go on here. I actually think I want to move that over a little bit. So I didn't press it down too hard, so I'm going to slide it over just a wee bit, just to make it closer. I didn't want it to cover that. That's better. Okay, now I can press it down. So then this is going to go here, but part of it will have, I'm going to put some of this on here. Come on, get you going. All right, and then the other side, I'm going to put, let's see, I can use, That one there, and this one here. But see, that side's going to have just that. And I think I just need a long, skinny one for the top of this ornament. I don't want to go too wide because it's tiny. Okay, see that? So I have, oops, I have dimensionals on the one side and just the adhesive on the side that's going to touch that. So now I can put this down just like this. So that adhesive will touch down there. And there we go. The rest of it goes down just like that. Cool, huh? And now, where did I put those rhinestones? You know, they're probably right in front of me, but of course I can't see them. Oh, here they are. They slid in the back. So here, let's see. I'm gonna put a dainty little one on this tiny ornament, and then I'm gonna use this like 3 sizes here. I'm gonna use this, not the big one, but I think the little bit bigger one right there. And then another one is going to go on this ornament. Let me see. Maybe I'll put it right there. Doesn't matter where, but now, isn't that cute? So there we have it. Isn't that a great little fun fold? So like I said, I'll put all the supplies, the supply list, and the measurements on my donnascreativespace.com for you to see how to make this. So it was the Christmas Gleaming stamp set, and these two come together, right? It is just, you know, the only thing I want to check is make sure that the bundle, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that the number hadn't changed since last year. So it's still 150647 to get these 2 punches. You can buy them separately for $34. But if you buy it with the stamp set, which is $21, right? So the 2 things together, you'll get 10% off. Let's see if I can bring this up. So when you buy a bundle, which is like this, the punches and the stamp set together, you get 10% off. Sometimes it's a stamp set with dies, but in this case, you're getting 2 punches, so that's a great deal. So 10% off, so there's one number to put in if you want the stamp and the punch together. If you buy them separately, you'll pay 10% more. Okay, and there's the paper, the Bright Gleaming Specialty Designer Series paper, which is really gorgeous. I mean, my pack is opened. I'm not even sure if I have all the pieces in here, but look how pretty this is. They all have like copper accents, like this one here. Let me turn that over. One side's regular, and the other has copper. Look at this star. I remember using this last year for a masculine birthday card. And look at the side of that. And there's another. And then the one that we use. That might be it in here. But there's more to the paper, but I've used some of it. So, uh-oh, I'm stuck. Like, I don't think in there was this green paper in the stars. That's pretty. And, of course, the back of what we just used, this here, the back. See, the back doesn't have the copper foil, but the fronts do. But it's really a nice set of paper. Oh, yeah, I don't have the ornaments in there. Those ornaments are really cute, too. But anyway, so that's what I used, the Christmas Gleaming Variety Bundle. These 2 punches for the 2 different size ornaments, because they punch out these ornaments stamped. Well, you can see this one, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. This one's gorgeous when you stamp it. So those are the things that I use to create these 2 fun folds. I will, as I said, put the information on my website, donnascreativespace.com. If you're shopping with me this month at donnasingleton.stampinup.net, there's my host code. That's my general shopping code for October. I do have a different one for my my holiday card class, which, let me see. Yeah, my holiday card class, it has a different host code. And let's see, I don't have the flyer in front of me. I don't know where I put it, but if you're interested, you could email me at donnasingleton33@yahoo.com for any questions. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up or click the like button. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please share it. I love people sharing my videos. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button, and also there's a little bell there also, and that notifies you when I do a new video. So that's it. I guess that's all I have to say. So there's a few things for you. You could follow me on my Facebook page, donnascreativespace.com. No, Donna's Creative Space. That's my Facebook page. I also have a Facebook group called Donna's Creative Space. And then I have my Donna's Creative Space YouTube channel and Donna's Creative Space blog. So there you have it. That's where you can find me on the web. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we shall see whether I'll be back next Friday with another fun fold, or I've been toying with the idea of just doing, any particular card. I'd love to hear your opinions if you're done with fun folds and you're ready for just regular cards. Okay? Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.